The land won't work itself has been said for hundreds of years in England. Thankfully, it didn't have to. There were tenant farmers to do the work. Since the Middle Ages, there have been serfs, part of the feudal system, where the nobility, about 10% of the population, were over the other 90%, the peasants, or serfs. The monarch owned all the land, but distributed it to barons who were loyal. The barons then assigned parts of the land to their friends to help control it, and the nobility was born. But to maintain control of the land, the nobility had to pay hefty taxes, and to get the money, they had to work the land. Here come the serfs, who worked the land in return for protection and a small share in the land's yield. After the labor shortage caused by the Black Death, things began to change. Many serfs had evolved into relatively affluent tenant farmers and started employing their own workers and overseeing multiple farms. But throughout the 17 and 1800s, the large estates grew, and soon about 90% of the lands were back under the lords. Parliament felt it had to intervene to support British farming, so they revamped the laws on tenant rights. Some landlords reacted by shutting out tenant farmers in favor of contract farmers. So Parliament responded with more acts to help define the situation. But at the end of the day, even with more profit sharing and better rights, the lord still remained the landlord. After World War II, tenant farms declined to around 60% in 1950 and had fallen to just 35% by the mid-1990s. Oh, and tenant farming also gave us a term we still use today. You see, Charles was a landlord's agent, and he collected the rent from the tenant farmers. But the farmers wanted a reduction in their rent. Charles refused, even evicted some of them. This angered the farmers, but one man said, "Do not attack, but rather refuse to do business with him." This new form of protest was effective and lives on today. And it was even named after Charles. Yep, Captain Charles Boycott. And that's History 101.